Hello there. This is Fairness, and we are going to continue our chronicle, Brazilian Nights. This is our third session, and tonight I have here a couple of friends. So I have Zixis playing with Edgar and Mirta playing with Madame, and we'll probably be Blaze will join with his character Michael in the few moments. So, do you want to do any introductions tonight? It's already the third session, but feel free to do so if you like to.
Well, you already made an introduction for me, so hello everyone.
Yes. Well, my name is Zixis, and I will be role-playing Edgar the Tremere.
If you're having trouble distinguishing, one of us is female and the other one's male.
Yes, unless you
I,
forgot who is role-playing every session, we will just introduce ourselves every time.
And it's important to say that Mirta is playing Madame Nosferatu, a very classy Nosferatu. So let's start. Last session, what happened? We were split into their individual quests. So each character here has an individual quest. They're trying to solve their problems, and also they have a group quest, a coterie quest, that it is intertwined with their individual quest as well. So as individual quests, we have Zixis. He went to the underworld, to the world of the dead, to try to find a missing Tremere called Julia. That carries with her a precious book for the Tremere clan. And we have Madame that had a meeting with Mesmero, a Nosferatu. She's trying to unite her clan, um, and her clan is split between three leaders. So herself, as a leader that representing the Nosferatu in the Camarilla, Mesmero, that is a kind of a leader that is independent, so he could join both sides, Camarilla and the Anarchs, and you have Dark that is leading the Nosferatus into the Anarchs. So during the individual quest of Madame, she talked to Melvin, a Nosferatu that is quite peculiar, uh, that suggested her to defeat an enemy of Mesmero, so perhaps he could bring his attention to a positive way and unite, uh, bring his Nosferatus to her side, right? So he was going to look for a hit list for the second night, that she's going to search for a kindred to hunt. So in the following night, Madame woke up and she feels that someone is at her haven. She Now the party
is
is
it
back.
a good someone or is it a bad someone?
Is it may be a good someone. You don't know who it is yet. You wanna take a roll for that to try to discover who it
Yes,
is.
I would love to. I'm currently just sitting in my room going, hmm.
Okay, so roll wits with awareness. Let's see here. You have two dices on awareness and two dices on wits. So four dices.
Yeah, I was just setting up a roll.
Great. So two successes. I'll roll a Ralph check also because you just wake up. woke up.
That happens in this channel. Five.
So you have hunger three, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you notice that it's Melvin. I'm gonna put you in that haven that you hate, and of course your sofa is not white anymore. Uh, but gonna fix that um, later. So you wake up and Melvin is there, and he says, "Hello, hello, madame. Uh, did you had a good sleep?"
Good morning, Melvin. You're an early riser, aren't you?
Oh yes, yes, it's needed when you have to survive. Well, I got you a gift.
Oh,
And he walks slowly and carefully, looking at you. You you notice that he's always afraid of you. And he puts a paper, kind of dirty, but better than a napkin. Last time was a napkin, but this time was one of the papers that you actually gave to him, right? A notebook, and but it's dirty, and he puts on the table, and comes back to the sofa.
well,
There's your gift.
well, thank you, Melvin. Did you have a chance to think about what would you desire?
Mm, I desire many things, madame, but I don't think this is the proper night to ask that. This night I will gladly help you again.
You are so kind.
Thank you,
Is
madame.
everything okay, Melvin? You always look so tense.
It's your eyes, madame, makes me wary. I never know if you are going to bite me.
Why, Melvin, I don't eat brothers and sisters.
That's a relief, madame. Quite a relief. But he's still
I
afraid.
I checked a note.
It's rather
What does
empty,
the note?
but there is only one name, and in the first page, and you recognize the name when you read it. Pedro Lins. You heard about it. This is a kindred. It's a bruja, to be more specific. Roll intelligence with politics. It's an easy roll. Yes, you succeeded. It's he is the kindred that killed Pluto,
Oh,
or at least he got the fame for it. I was wondering if you killed him, Mesmero would be glad. Mesmero hate him. He, in the end, was the one that shattered our clan.
I can understand that. I'll see what I can do.
I
Do
think
you by any chance know where Pedro likes to hang around these nights?
exactly. I do know exactly where he is, and he will be there. Well, listen, I wouldn't give you this name if I didn't thought you were capable of fighting him. Because although he got the fame of killing the mighty Pluto, it wasn't a fair fight. He was in a group and he caught Pluto with his pants down, let's put it this way. And now you can do the same. He was not considered as a hero for the Anarchs, especially when your rival, Dark, start flirting with Dante Vargas to join the Anarchs. You know, Pedro was blacklisted quite quickly by the Brujas themselves. Ironic, right? How even someone that kills a major member of the Ivory Tower can be remembered as an enemy of your own group. Sometimes life is so cruel. Makes
Is
me laugh.
everything okay at home?
Ah,
That laughter just sounded really concerning.
yeah, I just remembered about my life. Well, uh, I can help you. Let's focus on the task, Melvin. I can help you. I know where Pedro will be tonight. He's saying goodbye. He's leaving town. He will be in his favorite spot. It's the parking lot near some pubs that he likes to hang around. The good thing about this parking lot is that it's shut down this night. So he will be all alone, just waiting for your fangs.
Storyteller, can I have a magic cupboard that just has a couple of sticks stored and
Yeah,
perhaps a bag that's, that could actually fit a well um, folded kindred?
yeah.
I'll take a bag. I'll take my knife. I'll take some steaks. I'm gonna say to Melvin, mind if we go past some sleeping people so that I can power up for the fight?
Sure, sure, madame. I'll take you to a nice dinner in a city. Do you want to feed in your hunting ground, in your domain, or do you want to go outside? Eat outside.
Which one is on the way to Pedro? Like
Uh,
is my hunting ground sorta in Pedro's location, direction, or is it like in completely opposite way?
roll a D 1D 100. Let's made it out of luck. Pure luck. On Discord. Yeah, you are out of luck. It's actually on opposite ways.
Is there any places where people would be asleep between me and Pedro?
For sure, you're just gonna have to hunt out of your domain, so it's a higher difficulty.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, go ahead. Do your hunting roll.
How do I do a hunting roll?
It depends on your predator. It's in your case, it's Sandman. So we need.
Oh, I see it. There's a giant button. It's fine.
So Sandman, I do believe, has two types of hunting roll. It's or dexterity and stealth. No, it's dexterity and stealth. Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah,
Um,
dexterity with stealth.
it's a messy critical. I feel like I killed a guy.
You certainly did. let's check your roll. Yeah, eight successes, massive critical, for sure you did. You can actually dodge this massive critical if you spend a willpower and you re-roll your 10.
Oh God. Um, does it?
You can just roll 1d10 on Discord if you want to.
Okay. I'm sorry. Slightly lost in the sheets. I'm gonna switch off a singular willpower and just.
Okay, no problem because everything is being recorded. So both Discords and Let's Roll.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, it's
Stupid.
just 1d10. You don't need to
Yeah,
write roll.
I know. Brain no working. 5.
Perfect. Now it's a failure. So it's a 7 successes, a regular successes. So you don't have a messy critical anymore. And
Yay!
you quickly um, remember that near your haven is actually is an apartment and in a building, and you remember that there are some neighbors in your building in the top floors that usually leave their door open. You know, they trust, very trustworthy, and they trust people too much. And you just enter their houses and you drank from a few people, and you now your hunger is back to one. You can
Yay!
describe what or who are these people that you drank, if you want to.
I'm just gonna say that they're a very nice Brazilian couple that have moved in fairly recently, and they're very chatty people, like to make friends, and they feel like this is a very safe neighborhood. I am not entirely sure what gave them that feeling, but they don't usually lock their door.
Hmm.
The woman's super into knitting. Tastes very sweet.
Good, good, good. There. Let's go. You go with Melvin, the parking lot, and you arrive there quite early with Melvin. Um, the place is, it has some lights on, but not many. Looks like some emergency lights. That's usually probably it's always on. And Melvin is walking right beside you on the way, and he looks at you and says, "This is it, Madame. This is the place. I'm sure he will join us quite soon, and you can surprise him." but you're gonna have to forgive me. I am not one of the fi- fits, fists. I'm not good with that. So I'll be a bit away, trying to create a distraction to be sure that he's going to be alone. For you.
Thank you, Melvin. And I use Cloak of Shadows, which is free.
Yep.
And my Cloak of Shadows is pretty OP, so in case there's any like cameras around, I wouldn't really show up as identifiable.
You can
Uh,
roll investigation. No, no, actually, wits with technology. So to detect any kind of cameras that there is in place.
to not be shown on the cameras, you need the ghost in the machine
Yeah, I
power.
not only have Ghost in the Machine, but I have one level above that even, so that's what I
Oh,
mean. I'm very, very super stealthy.
yeah.
I will still, you said wits and awareness, right?
Yeah. No, wits and wits with technology actually.
Okay. I'll still keep in mind in case, there are any cameras, so it's good to know. I'll still try and be careful about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the role is to see where are the cameras, right? And you
Yeah.
detected them all. They are not pointing at the place you are at the moment. They are more pointing at the entrance and the way out, where there is the payment of the parking lots, right? So in the machines that you make payments and things like that, automatic payments, there are cameras, but where you are, there are not. So you are safe.
Either way, I also have Ghost in the Machine. It's just that if the cameras take a recording, there's still a chance that I get identified, even though I would appear blurred.
Okay.
So I just put on Cloak of Shadows and I'm on a lookout until he comes, and I have my stake at the ready.
After an hour, a man uh, riding a bike stops in a parking lot. He shut down his bike, turn off, right, and grabs a cigar and starts smoking and looking. He seems a bit distracted, and you recognize him. It's Pedro. He's
I
alone.
would come up as close to him as possible while being as stealthy as I can. So this movement is more on the stealth part than it is on the getting near part. So,
Mm-hmm.
being careful is the priority here.
Mm-hmm.
It is ambush time.
Yes, it's very, very slow ambush time.
Okay.
It,
Uh, so you're gonna roll an attack, right? But you are stealth, so he will probably have major trouble to dodge your attack. What you're going to do
yeah.
exactly?
I wanna take a stick, and my move would be to try and stake him.
Okay.
Woo!
To stake a kindred right in the heart, it's quite a difficult role because you not only need the proper strength to fit the stake in a heart, but you need exact precision, like 1 centimeter to the left or to the right. You don't hit straight up in the heart, and the kindred does not get paralyzed. Uh, but it is a quite efficient attack if it's probably hit, if it's precisely hit. Roll for me a melee with dexterity to see how many dices you get, how many successes you get.
Uh, but- So
Uh,
melee
there's a penalty.
with dexterity, right?
Yeah,
You
Um,
get a 2 dice penalty for trying to stake. The target.
and I will try my damnedest to buff this one roll, so I'm
go ahead.
open to spending willpower.
Go ahead.
Uh,
You
Anything else that I can do to,
you could blood
but
blood.
surge. You could blood surge.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
what does it cost?
Hunger.
Rouse,
You roll
rouse check.
rouse check, and you will
Mm-hmm.
be able to
Okay,
increase
so
2 dices because your blood potence is equal to 2, right?
yes, we're all that. I failed rouse check, I think.
Yep. So your hunger is 2 points now.
That's
But
that's one handsome Nosferatu.
yeah,
Let's see. Uh, mm,
that's that's enough.
Can
wow.
I can I re-roll the one? Oh wait, did you say that that's enough?
Wait,
Yeah,
was
you
that 6 successes?
6 successes.
Holy
You
shit.
can reroll if you want to, but that's enough.
Okay, if that's enough, then I'm not wasting my
Exactly.
stuff if that's enough.
um,
Mistake.
roll for me D100, just for curiosity. Okay.
Ah.
Uh, what do you want to do with him as he is staked? Yeah, I'm not saying you stake him yet, right? I'm just saying that. What are your intentions?
If I stake him, I would like to brutalize him a little by maybe sewing off his legs with my knife if I have enough time. If not, I would just like to fold him as crudely as I can into my bag, and I would just present them to, the other Nosferatu
Mm-hmm.
alive because, lively targets bring more joy than dead targets do.
Yeah. Okay. Because something funny is gonna happen. As you push that wooden weapon into his dead heart, you notice a weird expression in his face, like, ugh, and he drops dead, but not dead, kindred dead, dead, like final destruction. And the
Oh.
time when you die as a kindred, time reaches you. Like your body was frozen in time, but it's still decomposing. It's just not, but it should be. And when you die, time reaches you. So he looked young, but he probably died a few decades ago, maybe even more. And in a matter of seconds, You notice that his skin melts and he mostly bones in your arms now.
I look highly unsatisfied, thinking another defective kindred, and I collect his bones, put it in my sash, together with any kind of identification that he would had on him, and I'm just planning on now delivering his remains.
You can also ride his bike.
True. That does sound like a fun thing to do. I'll
Yes.
take his bike.
Do you know how to
Make sure not
drive?
to crash.
Probably not. I'll have a joyride.
Do you have drive? You do have drive, so you do know how to drive a bike.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. You have 1 point on driving.
Oh, good. In every game, I forget to invest anything into drive. Well done, mate. We have one drive. I
And
will make sure to not stash his motorcycle on either the other Nosferatu's property or my property. I'm gonna leave it several blocks away, just, in case it gets tracked, but I'm gonna have a joyride.
as you leave the parking lot with the bike, you take his helmet to cover your face, and especially because of the cameras. But of course, and it's gonna be harder to obfuscate yourself with the bike. But you use a helmet. That's enough. And when you leave the parking lot, you soon see Melvin smiling, and then he asks for a ride on the back seat.
I I invite him to hop in.
He hops in, he hugs you very tenderly, and puts his head in your back like this, and
Oh, Melvin's being a princess.
and you drive him around. Will you go to Mesmero?
Yeah, and the plan after having the joyride is to, put down the bike somewhere and just go to Mesmer.
Okay, so you go to meet Mesmero at the church. And that's how we end your part of our session. Let's go to Edgar.
Yay!
So, Edgar, you are in the world of the dead. Let's put you in
Uh-huh.
a neutral scene here for now, and then we go back when we need to. You had opened a portal to the other world and entered there with Bianca. And you
Well,
were hovering, right? Uh, the floor because the world of the dead is radically different. It mixes the old and new into one unique thing. You were, as you were in a modern building, and suddenly in the world of the dead, you are looking at things that were done in the 50s, and some of them were even before that, probably the 20s, and other things you don't even know which age is that and how you could date it. The trail of Julia is still in the air though, and it's easy to track. And as you track and you go with Bianca, you start hearing voices. It's crying for help. Voices of people that are suffering, struggling. And as you look around, you see mostly spirits. Spirits that are lost, for they don't have the peace you'd expect for a dead person to have. This deeply this bothers you as you see that our life after our deaths, it's actually terrifying. They are not pleasant at all. Please roll me a composure with resolve to see how is your willpower now.
Oh, you want me to roll my willpower, or do you want me to roll composure plus resolve?
Composure plus resolve.
Very well. All the more reasons to stay immortal. What's the difficulty?
4.
Oh, uh, let's see. Pool. Oh, of course. Mm, I have succeeded, but I become much more hungrier.
Okay. You do not take damage in your willpower, so that bothered you a bit, but not that much. In, and you kept going
Mm-hmm.
until a moment that you arrived at a specific house. Clearly, that already connects your dots, right? Connects the dots in your mind. You remember that a few years ago, Roberto Giovanni, the leader of the Giovanni clan, was assassinated at this house. And a coterie of the Ivory Tower were sent not only to investigate what happened, but also a way to make an allegiance with Roberto's daughter, Maria. And everything went wrong. As the coterie joined the house, they end up setting the house on fire. And they even landed, as they jumped off the windows, they even landed at the top of Roberto's Ferrari. So Maria was pretty upset with Camarilla. Funny thing is that this house looks like Roberto's mansion way before it got burned down, but it has stains of fire in the walls, both outside and inside. Kind of creepy if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And as time in the world of the dead doesn't seem to be works at least in the same way that time in our world works. And as you enter in a house, actually, before you enter in a house, you
Mm-hmm.
notice that just aside of the house, a few, like 100 meters from it, there is a
Mm-hmm.
huge creature that you never saw it before. Something that doesn't feel natural, something that feels from another plane of existence. You notice this. Please roll
I
me.
mhm.
I'll put on Discord for you to see as well. Um, please roll me an occult with intelligence roll.
Are there four of them? Interesting. Very well. Cool plus intelligence. What's the difficulty?
Three.
Okay, let's see. I succeed.
Okay. This is a creature of worm, a creature generated by the god of entropy, the god of, and it's very powerful. Clearly, way more powerful than any vampire can be, or at least with your generation, right? In your generation. And you
Mm-hmm.
look and you see four vampires stuck in the tentacles of this creature. And they are in pain, struggling, trying to escape, but almost stunned by the might of this creature that seems to be draining their will and blood at the same time. Bianca looks terrified at you and the creature, and she says, "There's nothing we can do to save them. Let's just find Julia and get the hell out of here."
You are reading my mind, Bianca. Let's proceed.
As you enter in the house, you quickly find yourself to a room that is haunted. You can see the spirits hanging around, and you can see the different times of this room as it mixes an old bed, an old sofa with new furniture. It seems a very weird hotel, actually, but it's not. It's the Giovanni's mansion. It is a house. It's weird to try to. It's difficult to try to precisely understand what it is, each part of it. As you find Julia in the floor, she's she's scared, and there is a book inside of the, top of the bed, on the bed. She's tied up. Her wrists are tied up. Her mouth has a rope in her mouth, and she's there, tied on the bed, tied right, right beside the bed on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Ah, yes, I would like to roll for Sense the Unseen.
For what?
Sense the Unseen?
Ah, okay, okay,
I I would like to see if there's some obfuscated targets. Maybe there's some blood ritual spell. Maybe I don't know.
okay.
Is there's a difficulty?
You have all specs. No, you don't need any difficulty.
One.
No, no, you don't need to roll actually. As you look around, Bianca gets close to Julia, and you look around. A creature opens the door behind you. This creature doesn't have a face, or actually does, but it doesn't have skin on the face. It's a skull in the place of the head. He's wearing a robe and a sight. I'm not sure if that's the way you pronounce it. That weapon that has a curve, right? A blade with a curve.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks the picture of the Grim Reaper,
Mhm.
and he looks at you three, and he says, "Good evening, creatures of the night. Let me introduce myself, for I have many names. I am Harbinger. I am Death. I. This is my domain, and you have invaded. This stupid girl with her book caused me a lot of trouble. She drew the attention of that creature outside. That grabbed my minions. I do not like that. So you are her friends.
Well, more like associates, if if I am to be precise. But yes. Um, how about this? We shall take this troublesome figure and leave your domain in peace. We will not seek any more trouble.
You can take the book, but not her. If you want to take her, you need to save my minions from that creature.
Mm. Well, that seems quite challenging.
You
Oh,
don't
what
need
can
to
I say?
save them all, just a few.
Hmm, I'm not sure what I'm getting myself into, so it seems like we will be taking the book and we'll have to leave.
Julia
I'm
gets
sorry, Julia.
desperate. No, she's tied with a rope in her mouth, and Bianca just shake her head like, you shouldn't do that with yourself, Julia. That was your fault. Mm, interesting how fear consumes us, right?
Indeed. Well, we will be on our way.
Tell
Bianca, please take the book.
tell one thing for your to your little prince. Tell him The death is coming to your town, and not even all the puppets can save him.
I will make sure to deliver him this message.
Thank you. And he opens a portal for you to live.
And we do exactly that.
While you're living through the portal with Bianca, you notice that he bites Julia, diablerizing her.
Hey, Lertramir, Diablo is our middle name.
So let's back to Myrta a bit before ending the session. Um, Madame, you take quite a ride with Melvin on your back seat, and you arrive into the church of Mesmero. What do you do?
Do I see Mesmero in it?
Yeah, you do.
In that case, I stretch out my hands and go, "Oh, Mesmero, behold, Pedro served," and I just drop the bag right at his feet.
He looks at the bag.
If
First, he says, "Good evening, Madame," and he polites you. Takes the bag, and with a curious face, he opens the bag and start looking at it and see those old bones and his IDs, things like that, and he noticed that you came to the bike, and then he says, "Interesting. You're really strong, taking out a bruja like that."
Well, I was hoping I could take him alive and we could both have our fun, but unfortunately, this one is defective. The moment I hit his heart, he crumbled to pieces.
Hmm, curious. I heard that sometimes this could happen with a few kindred. It's very interesting. Okay, you managed to impress me, Madame. I will join you with my Nosferatus as you requested. But how do you want to proceed? Do you want to make it public for our Nosferatus comrades? Or do you want to make this our little secret?
I have a feeling that we still have a small dark situation to solve. As long as everybody knows where they stand, there is no need for grandiose announcements, don't you think?
I agree. Let's make it our little secret for now, then. Good, good. Well, if you need me, I will be here. And feel free to ask for my help.
Await my message for when hopefully I can secure a meeting with Dark.
Yes, yes, for sure. And Melvin looked at you and said, "I can deliver the message between you two." Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thank you for volunteering, Melvin. That would be lovely.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he smiles in a very creepy way. Uh, well, do you want to do anything else in this session?
Who Melvin belongs to? Just out of curiosity.
Nobody knows. This is a he's a very weird kindred because he knows everything about everyone and nobody knows anything about him. He's quite a mystery.
I'm mentally taking notes. For now, I will probably
Hmm.
go back to my apartment, probably brood in my thoughts a little, as I was hoping that I could extract information from Pedro and, play around. But now that opportunity's gone, stupid crumbly kindred. I I definitely need to redesign my apartment, get a leather sofa. So I'm taking mental notes that Melvin has to have fairly high humanity, as that sort of early rising is very uncommon, which just really vexes me. This Nosferatu is acting like a puppy, and there are no puppies in vampire society. There are only wolves in sheep's clothing. So,
You may
you
be
know.
right. You may be right.
But for now, I am satisfied with our progress, and you can take it to the Tremere that does not want to save people, merely recovers books.
He went for the book, not for Julia. Uh,
Yep, that was the mission.
This one can be discarded. It's fine.
No, I'm sorry. You're just not worth it.
the fun part is that you ask for combat. And when I presented combat, you said, ah, no,
Oh
that's too hard.
yeah, yeah. Just yeah, just throw a fucking large wooden beast at me. Sure, why not?
It's
uh,
combat.
it's combat.
Yeah, yeah. Just throw a 90 level demon king at my 1 level mage.
Yeah, to be fair, it was
I
quite a
mean,
hard challenge. Well,
well, it was a no-brainer.
I'll, so this is our third session, and thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.